Can you imagine him at like a studio note session on one of his movies? Yeah, Snyder's new film was pretty decent. I just think it could use
Look, you want me to
narrative.
just remake it? I'm gonna redo it, and then you'll finally love me, okay? You'll finally love me, Dad. I mean fans. I have fans. There are message boards of people. There are message boards about my movies. Okay, there's people that like me. They're not all bots. All right, so Zack Snyder has a new movie called Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scargiver, or is it Scaregiver? Currently at 15% on Rotten Tomatoes, 42% audience score. Zack Snyder was also recently interviewed. He says he has the footage he needs to fix Sucker Punch, but he might need the support of a fan campaign to get his extended cut off the ground.
Oh, poor
How
Zack
many-
Snyder. Ooh. How long is he gonna make big budget student films, dude? I have the footage, then cut it together. And you had the footage when you made the first one. Why are you coming back 15 years later and saying you can make a better movie?
Like, how many times can you blame the studio? It's like the 8th time he's doing this.
In what other industry do you get 15 years past purchasing the product and then they come back and go, hey, you know what? Actually, we know how to do it better now. So buy it again and give us money to make it better. It's not even like Justice League where people are clamoring for like, oh, we need the Snyder cut of Sucker Punch, dude.
Who's talking about Sucker Punch? Like, they're like, dude, it'd be all rad if they did a better job with Sucker Punch.
He was out doing press for Rebel Moon Part 1 when it came out, and he was talking about how the director's cut that's going to drop on Netflix later is so much better than the initial movie they're going to release. Then I see like another quote from him where he's talking about the R-rated cut of Rebel Moon Part 2 is going to include a graphic alien sex scene. So now we have to wait for the director's cut for the sex scene? Put that in the initial movie.
Like, okay, I get it. The movie wasn't good, but they didn't let me do an alien sex scene. Okay, once it gets in there, you'll see that it's good.
And am I supposed to believe he pitched this and brought the script to Netflix and they're like, we'll make this movie and we'll let you shoot the graphic alien sex scene, but we're not going to let you release it on initial. You're going to have to release that later.
You're going to keep it on your hard drive in your basement, and then in 15 years, you're going to go back and watch it, and then you're going to start your campaign with your fans.
How long before at the end of a Zack Snyder movie are the credits going to roll and get to the very end, and it's just going to say, did you like this movie? Would you like to add a tip? 20%, 22%, 34%.
It's like, write down all the things you didn't like about this version of the movie, send it in, and then he'll redo it. He'll change it.
Start with the alien graphic sex scene. I'll come to your movie for an alien graphic sex scene, even though like it's extremely juvenile. Like he's kind of like the Limp Bizkit of filmmaking, dude. It's like all of his movies are very much like, get out of my life, Dad. Okay, I'm making a movie and aliens have sex. Okay, I don't care if you want to see it or not.
The studio's like, I don't know why you're calling his dad, but I mean, sure, whatever. We can shoot that. So part of my contract, you're going to call me your son and you're going to spit on me whenever I walk in the room.
Is this a kink or is this like a psychological problem?
Okay, Zach, I guess. I mean, yeah, he's almost like George Lucas that can't let go of a project, but just needs even more constant validation.
Can you imagine him at like a studio note session on one of his movies? It's like, yeah, Snyder's new film was pretty decent. I just think it could use...
Wait. This isn't even the real movie, okay? There's another version that's better that I'm going to release in 3 years.
Okay, but I was just going to say this movie was pretty good. It just lacked some kind of narrative.
Look, you want me to just remake it? I'll just remake it. I'll just start over. Is that better?
I didn't even say that. Where are you going?
It's going to be good, okay? It's not my fault. The studio, they have their own agenda. They're trying to push on it. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want it. That's why I kept it. It's in my basement. And it's going to be good. I'm going to redo it. And then you'll finally love me, okay? You'll finally love me, Dad. I mean fans. I have fans. There are message boards of people. There are message boards about my movies, okay? There's people that like me. Have you seen them? They're not all bots.
Okay, Zachy, calm down, okay? It's just a movie.
It's a way of life.
He's like an angsty kid that just bought a Metallica shirt at Target, dude.
Zachy, I got you some new shirts from Hot Topic.
Zachy, look, we bought you Guy Liner and some Cuties oranges, okay? Just relax and finish your Capri Sun. It's gonna be all right. We'll let you cut it again in 15 years.